Peace, queens and queens, gods and goddesses. So I want to talk to y'all about some things because I feel like how it's being perceived on the outside is that it looks like that me removing people, places, and things that I have outgrown was not the hardest thing I've ever had to do in my fucking life. And it's like, y'all, this is not an easy task. It's not. I am grieving so much at one time. It's insane. It's insane. And it's a lot. Those memories don't go away. I live in the neighborhood I fucking grew up in. I see these people. I see these people. I be around these places. These things are often brought to my attention. It's hard. It is hard as fuck. It's hard as fuck. It's emotional. It's overwhelming. I'm constantly being judged and fucking ridiculed. And I have to, oh my gosh. I'm not trying to cry because I really want to get this out. This shit is not easy. It's not easy, and when you really think about it, it's a choice you have to make. It's either you are going to stay in the same place that you're in, around the same people, places, and things, and just be there, or you're gonna continue to grow. You're gonna choose that other path. You are comfortable outgrowing these things. And that shit is not comfortable at all. It's uncomfortable as fuck. It's uncomfortable. But the thing is, eventually it will become comfortable, and I know that. It won't be so hard, and I know that. But that takes time. That takes time. I have not had that time. I haven't had that time. So I'm grieving so fucking much at one time. I'll be so overwhelmed. I'll be so overwhelmed sometimes because I'm grieving so much. But let me tell y'all why it's fucking worth it. Let me tell you why it's worth it. Before this heaven, I didn't like that heaven. I didn't like that heaven. And I'm not one of those people that's gonna say everybody around me is wrong. No, people were saying the same shit to me. And it was irritating me so fucking bad because in my head, I was trying not to be all of those things so bad. I wasn't able to see that I was already a whole bunch of that shit. A whole bunch of that shit. And counseling did that for me. It allowed me to reflect to a point that I needed to reflect, to be able to see all of the things that came with heaven. Heaven was super fucking judgmental. Heaven was a hard ass. Heaven was fucking uncomfortable, asking for help and struggling because of some shit that she learned from her past. Heaven was, I don't want to say I was mean, but I'm not as mean as I was then. Right now, I'm direct. I'm direct, and it makes people uncomfortable because I'm going to ask the uncomfortable questions. I'm going to say the things that most people won't say, but it's not the same. That heaven was shit, very prideful, honestly. I wasn't fucking confident. My self-esteem wasn't as high as I thought it was. And all of these things was not able to be brought to the light for me until I started doing the work. I had to start healing. I had to start accepting things. I did not like who I seen. And that's okay. That is okay because we can fucking change it. And this is what I'm doing. And then when I got really deep into it, I was working so hard not to be like my mom in a lot of ways. I was her. Do y'all know how fucking hard that was for me to accept? It was hard as fuck. It was hard. Then when I really thought about it, she was my grandmother. And I don't remember my great-grandma that much, but I can guarantee that my grandma was her. And this right here is why I'm adamant about breaking generational curses. I am not putting my children through this. I'm not. And I work really hard not to put my children through this. I don't want my children to grow up and they don't have integrity, or they not kind, and they're judgmental, and they're not full of unconditional love. That shit is, it's traumatizing. I'm not trying to traumatize my children. It's exhausting. It's a lot. It's a lot. And I know that people can relate to this because I know people haven't taken the time to heal. But I don't want that same life for my children. So this is why I make the decisions that I make. But it's like, y'all, I miss people. I miss things. I miss places. Those memories don't go away. Those are things that I used to be doing consistently. I've just heavily outgrown everything. That don't mean anything. That don't mean that just like, oh, I'm just so cold towards everything. No. If I lived in a fucking perfect, if everybody lived in my fucking head, my whole family would be healing together. I can't force that upon people, and I have to accept that. I do accept that. And I'm not angry right now. I'm just speaking very passionately because this does mean a lot to me. But I can't save anybody. The only person that I can save is myself. And I can't even save them, but I can do my best to not traumatize them, to not put them in this curse. I don't want them in this curse. This curse is fucking ass. It sucks. It sucks. I want my kids to be able to depend on themselves. And when my fucking kids look in the mirror, I want them to see the fucking kings and queens and goddesses and gods that they are. I want them to be confident. I want them to think for themselves. I want them to be so much more than what I was. Everything that I'm doing right now is the only way that I can make that happen. Y'all, I'm a little hurt, but it's worth it. It's worth it. I promise it's worth it. But I'm back upset, so I'm gonna catch y'all next time. I love y'all.